Hi everyone, it's Jordan again, and it is so good to be back here on the swing with all of you guys, even though I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cold outside today, but I'm still so glad to be here with you all again, and I have a little audience member as well, if you can see him. So, I'm very glad to be back talking to you guys again. I missed seeing you all through the month of December. So, for, I guess you could say, our first official vlog back in the new year, I thought I'd do my favorite thing, which is what? Share song lyrics. So, I'm going to share some song lyrics with you guys today. Now, this song, the funny part about this song is it is actually not one that used to be my favorite, unlike pretty much all the other ones I've shared with you, right? Are songs that used to be like my favorite song. This one is actually one that, I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen, but I heard it multiple times, and I thought, oh, that's, lovely, that's very pretty. It didn't really do too much for me, but it's very nice. And then, on one specific random morning, I heard that song, and God must have just known that I needed a little extra something to get me through what I was going to do that day. So he played that song again, but this time, something did happen. This time I just felt like overwhelmed with God's peace. And that had never happened before when I heard that song. And in my opinion, that's how you know it's God, right? That's how you know that that's God talking to you, is when it just happens and you're not expecting it and you don't really know why it's happening, and it hasn't before. But with this song today, or not today, the other day, I just felt overwhelmed with God's peace. So for today, I think this can be something really good to share with all of you guys. So that's what I'm going to do. This song is called My God Is Still the Same by Sanctus Real. And I think that it's a message that we all need right now. So I'm going to read the chorus of it to you. The entire song is very good. I went back and listened to all of the words because instead of skipping over them like I had in the past. And it's all very good, but I want you guys to hear the chorus today. And it says, when did he break his promise? Talking about God, of course. When did he break his promise? When did his kindness fail? It never has, it never will. My God is still the same. When did he lose his power? When did his mercy change? It never has and never will. My God is still the same. I don't know why, but that just brings me so much peace to know that. Our God is still the same, and our God will never change, and our God can't change, and he's perfect. We don't want him to change, right? He is perfect, and he will always stay that perfect. He will always be him. He will always be God. He is just that rock, that in the Bible, it talks about that rock and the light, and that's just always there, that's just firm and never changes, and what we can cling on to, right? If something's changing, not really something to hold on to, right? But our God never changes. Our God is still the same, so we can hold on to that. And that just really stuck with me because so much has changed lately, right? Over the past couple of years, everything has changed. And so I hear that song, and you might be hearing those lyrics, and you might be thinking, well, yeah, but, everything has changed. And I'd say to that, you're right, everything has changed, but God hasn't. You might say, the world has changed, and that's absolutely true. The world has very much changed, and it continues to change all the time. I'd say you're absolutely right about that, but God hasn't changed. You might say, for anything, my circumstances have changed, or my circumstances have changed me, You might say, I'm not the person I once was. I've changed. To that I would say, I definitely understand that. I'm right there with you. But God hasn't changed. God is still the same. Anything you can think of that has changed, either for the better or for the worse, still things changing. You can just say God is not changing. God will not change. You can rest in that, is the word I was looking for. You can just rest in the fact that no matter what's changing in your world and what's going on and what's going, things might be going crazy, things might be nothing like they used to be, which I completely understand. But I think that is where we have to take a step back and say, okay, the world is changing, I'm certainly changing. This is maybe not what I had anticipated, my plans are changing, my future's changing, whatever. You fill in the blank with whatever you're going through and you're facing, but I would say yes, whatever you just said is changing. But God is not changing, and God will never change, and God is still the same. And that is where our hope comes from, and our strength comes from, and our peace comes from, because we don't have to change. We don't have to let the world's changing change us, because we have our eyes fixed on a God that cannot change, and that can keep us from getting caught up in all the chaos of everything else changing. So I hope that encouraged you today. Again, I'm so happy to see you all again, and I will see you all next week. God is good all the time, and he always stays the same. Goodbye.